I'm back. Yep, everybody. As I kept true to my word, I am actually now about to review Prince's next album, the Love Symbol album, released in 1992. As I say, Prince and New Power Generation. 1992 on Paisley Park under Warner Brothers. This album, in my opinion, is wow. Amazing album right here. I mean, this is probably, a lot of people have said, this is Prince's last good album. Which, I mean, Prince is Prince, you know. You don't know what he's about to do next. And I don't really think this is his last good album. I might say, sorry about that. I had to do a little email and stuff. But I wouldn't say this was his last good album. Because, like, he still put out some really dope albums, you know. Like, Gold Experience, Emancipation, you know, albums like that. And, you know, I don't think I mentioned this before in the Diamonds and Pearls review. But Prince, around, like, 1991, 1996... in my opinion, I kind of feel like he was kind of like that was like, in my opinion, like his underrated phase, you know, because he was one of some really dope. He was going like creatively. He was doing some really. He was being more diverse in his music, and you know, with like Diamonds and Pearls, this album. Then you have the Come album, the Gold Experience. I'm not really a big fan of Chaos and Disorder, and the Emancipation album. Like, he was being like more diverse with his music, and you know, I don't really feel like most diehard fans, really give him credit for that. But I'm gonna get back to this. Is the Love Symbol album, you know, 1992, and. Singles I was known for are Sexy Motherfucker, My Name is Prince, 7, Damn You, and The Morning Papers. You guys may have seen this infamous symbol before. Like, believe it or not, this symbol is this is when he changed his name to, like, in 1993. Well, I'm gonna get into that when I do the review on this album. Let me show you what the inside booklet looks like. Like, this inside booklet, love the cover of the album. Has like a religious kind of theme to it, you know. And you have like all the song writers, producers, and then you had the jam, some 90s, you know, with that little mountain. And then like in the back you have like Prince and New Power Generation, and like, you know, this is just so 90s in my opinion. Like the outfits, the stance, it's so 90s. Then you have pictures of the members and like Maete here. So yeah, like this is a very out there album. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, between like the recording of this album and Diamonds and Pearls, like Rosie Gaines, she actually left the group, left the New Power Generation for some reason. I don't know why. If I find it, I might just post a disclaimer, like a notation on it, why she left. And so that's when Maete was introduced. And I don't know, Prince kind of like fell in love with Maete in a way, like, because like most of these songs kind of like has like a love kind of theme to it. And what else about that? And like this album was actually supposed to be this album was actually a movie too, a direct to video movie called Three Chains of Gold, which was released in 1994, and it has like a plot line of Prince falling in love with this like princess. I believe this princess played by Mayete, and that's why in this album there's like some syncs in this album where he's being interviewed by Kirstie Alley. And if you guys know who Kirstie Alley is, she's an actress. You know, she played Rebecca from Cheers, and like you know she was in like a lot of movies. She was in that one movie with John Travolta. I forgot the name of the movie, but yeah, she's a very good actress. You know, and what else about this? What else about this? And so yeah, so a lot of so this you know how a rock opera where you have like there's a rock opera like this is like basically Prince's rock opera right here with this album, which was based on the movie Three Chains of Gold. Yeah. And all of a sudden like a lot of syncs were like he had to cut like a lot of like interviews with Kirstie Alley off this album because like the album was like way too long and things of that nature. What else about this? What else about this? What else about this? And so yeah. So this is it's like a concept album. And like he's kinda like proclaiming his love for Mayete in a couple songs. Like if you remember my Marvin Gaye review of I Want You, you will know that like with that album I talked about how he kind of proclaimed his love for his soon to be wife Janice. This was I think like Prince's like version of the album in his own way, if you want to be technical about it. But anyway, I'm going to get into some of the songs though. First song of this album is My Name is Prince. That's the song. It's like a hip hop house song. Like every time you hear that, My Name is Prince, like you just go crazy and stuff like that. There's some trivia about that song. Here's a few facts. The song was actually supposed to be, I believe this was actually supposed to be second single, but Prince wanted it to be like the first single because of the fact that, you know, he wanted to get to that whole hip hop crowd. And like I said before in the Diamonds and Pearls review, he was kind of becoming a little bit more trendy with these two albums. And but at the same time, like, I mean, this song is still dope as fuck. Like, I like the energy Prince had in the song. He looked like he had like a good ass time doing this song too. And one of my favorite moments of the song was when like I was watching In Living Color, and they had this one sketch where I think Jimmy Fox played Prince, and I don't know. Every time I think about this song, I always think about that sketch sometimes though. And another thing too, in 1993, he actually won. I think he gave the creators of The Simpsons permission to use his song, and for the current called My Name is Bart. But I think Prince, like, he kind of the album that song was supposed to be, I think, called a Yellow Album. That album got delayed for years and years, and Prince he withdrew that track. So that's a very interesting trivia I found out. That is Prince with My Name is Prince. Next song is Sexy Motherfucker. On this album it's called Sexy MF for obvious reasons. Very, very cool track. I love, you know, it has a like James Brown kind of flow to it, like very, very dope song. I love Prince's lyrics on the song. And you know, like again before, I love the chemistry between him and the New Power generation. Very dope, good song. Next song. What's the next song? Love to the Nines. Now, this song right here, the Nines, like, I had to do some researching about what he actually means when he says love to the Nines. And I believe, like, the best way to put this is, like, do your best, like something about doing your best. So I don't know, but sometimes Prince can mean, he might say one thing, but he might mean another thing. Other than that, very good song. I love like that. It has like a little like mm, tropical Caribbean vibe to it. Dun dun dun. Like you just like in like a hotel, and yeah, like that band playing around and stuff like that. And you know, it has like that kind of vibe to it. Another trivia is like this track is actually Mayate's first appearance is on this track right here, Love to the Nines. And it's like a spoken dialogue. Yeah, so very, very, very good track right there. I love the song, you know. Yeah, Love to the Nines. Next one is The Morning Papers. Yes. I believe he kind of wrote this song about Mayete, how he's fallen in love with her. And one thing like about this song, The Morning Papers, it has like a stadium kind of sound to it. Like, you know, it starts off slow and it just rises up, you know. Kind of like reminds me of like something you hear from like Quantifinia, the Who Quantifinia kind of sort of. Yeah, very, very good song right there. Yeah, very good song. I love them. I love that song. Track number 5 is The Max. That song I don't really like that song like that. I kind of wish he kind of would leave that song out. Then after this song, The Max, it has like a little skit called where he has Christy Alley trying to reach out to Prince. It's actually a pretty funny skit, by the way. Like it starts off with like a phone ringing, and Prince, he answers the phone, and Christy Alley, whom she plays a character called like Vanessa Barth. Yeah, she plays a character called Vanessa. She's like, Prince, what he got to do is interview, and he just hangs up the phone, and she's like, hello. I think she said something like, this bastard just hung up the phone on me, something like that. It's actually pretty funny though. Next one is Blue Light. Now this song, when I first heard this song, I kind of thought it was just an okay song, cause like he had like a reggae kind of vibe to it, and Prince would be like the last person to have like a reggae themed song. But then like over the years I've listened to it, I kind of like, okay, this is a very good song, you know. He has like a smooth reggae vibe to it, and that's one thing I like about it. What's the next one? Next one is I Wanna Melt With You. I tried my hardest to like that song. I'm not really the biggest fan of that song. That's kind of like some filler he just threw out there. Next one is Sweet Baby. Very, very good song. Mellow song, you know. Kind of like kind of a smooth like song, you know, but at the same time, it still has a little funk edge to it. Next one is the Continental, featuring Carmen Electra. You guys should know who Carmen Electra is. She is basically like an actress, model, and I think it's like she and Prince were kind of dating at one point. And one thing about Carmen Electra, she actually dropped an album, a self-titled album, like in 1993, and it was produced by Prince, and it was in Warner Brothers. But the thing about that album is like, it didn't get the right promotion because, like I said before, around 1993, 1993, Prince was having problems with his label, and that's why the album didn't really sell too well, and it's currently out of print. No surprise there. And that's like her only album she ever made out. Other than that, the Continental, it's an alright song. That's another song I'm not really too crazy about. But hey, it's kind of interesting to hear like Carmen Electra around like the Love Symbol era, if you want to say it. And then track number 11 is Damn You. Whew, oh my god. This is one of my favorite Prince songs of all time. Like, everything about this song, like, fits well, you know. He has that, like, smooth jazz feel to it. And basically, I think the song is basically about like how he loves this woman so much. He's like, "Damn you, you're so fine." Like, basically, she's taking over his mind state. You know what I'm saying? And one line I love in particular is like when he said, "All I'm trying to say is that my psychedelic flow." And when he has that high falsetto and he switches up to like that deep, deep baritone, when I first heard it, I was like, holy shit. Like, his vocal range was amazing on that song. And in that song, it never really got like a lot of, like that song, like a lot of Prince fans, they never really talk about that song like that. Like, that song is just very, very, very good right there. But I'm getting too much about that, so I'm talking too much on it. Next song is Arrogance, which is another solid song right there. After the Arrogance is The Flow, which is I could have done without that song. Then we have probably the best song off this album, and it was a single. It's called 7. And this is actually one of his most talked about songs. And one thing I love about this song is like, it's kind of like has like a, how can I put this? Like, he's talking about like a lot of things though, but you don't know exactly what he's like getting at with the song. Like, a lot of people kind of says it's about like the 7 deadly sins. A lot of people say it's kind of like the 7 major religions. A lot of people kind of says it's talking about his love for Maite. And you don't really know what he's actually talking about, but at the same time, a lot of people, it's like a good ass song, and it's probably at the high point of this album, where it has like mixing spiritual and like love in this album. What else? Plus it uses that Otis Redding sample, and that's a famous Otis Redding sample right there. Next one, I think a single's next. Next one is And God Created Women, where he get into his religious side. He's getting into like his more religious side. And wow. He's talking about like his oath, like the Eve, But other than that, like it's a very good song right there. And I love the melody of that song. Then you have 3 Chains of Gold, hence the name of the movie this album is based on. Now, this is like, if you've heard Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, you can tell Prince was kind of influenced by that song, and he kind of put it right there, because he gets like, because if you listen to Bohemian Rhapsody, which is arguably like among the greatest rock songs of all time, it has a like, starts out slow, then it goes like to midsection, then it gets heavy. And I think like Prince was influenced by that sound, that he put that vibe on this album. Then he has like another sing on this album and stuff like that, where he actually gave the interview to Kirstie Alley's character, Vanessa. And the last song off this album is The Sacrifice of Victor. Well, this song has caused a lot of confusion with fans, because I believe like with this album right here, it kind of basically marks like the death of Prince. Wait, scratch that. When he dropped Come, when he was having his problems with Warner Brothers, like, he changed his name to the artist formerly known as Prince, aka this symbol right here. And a lot of like fans actually thought he was going to change his name to Victor. Like, they thought this symbol means Victor. And and like, I think like it's kind of like a great way to end the album, because of what to do next. And I think like Prince could have added that song, to like probably piss off Warner Brothers, But other than that, like, that's all the songs off this album. My opinion, this album is a lot better than Diamonds and Pearls. A major improvement of Diamonds and Pearls. And one thing I love about this album is it's so diverse, you know. Like it has funk, R&B, house, jazz, reggae, what else? What else? A little bit of hip hop though. Like with Diamonds and Pearls, it was basically like a New Jack Swing slash hip hop slash funk album. Which, like I said before, I love Diamonds and Pearls. I love that album to death. But listen to it now, I kind of wish it could have been a little bit better. Like, he should have dropped this album first, like in 1991. Because this album would very, like, especially like him reintroducing himself with the hip hop generation. And he starts off with "My name is Prince." Like, that should have been like a nice introduction if you dropped it like first though. But what can you do to stop him? And you know, like I said before, like this album is not for everybody's taste though. You know, why should you scratch that? It might be for everyone's taste, but you know, there's some fans who are some fans who are just biased towards him, saying that, oh, you know, Prince is only good like in the 80s, you know, with Purple Rain, 1999, Sign of the Times. And like, they say they're fans of Prince, but they're not fans of, you know, they're not fans of like anything after Love Sexy. As I should put it, you know, I hate to say it, but it's really the truth. And, you know, I think like, I believe this album's kind of hard to come by. I don't really think it's out of print though, you know. Maybe, I don't really think it's out of print. Maybe it's just hard to come by, you know, because it was still under Warner Brothers. But if you really want to get into like Prince's 90s stuff, then this is like the perfect album you should get first. You know, like, you know, I need to get some more of his albums, especially like, I need to get like Dirty Mind, 1999, Emancipation, Around the World in a Day. But some, like for where I live at, some Prince albums are just hard to come by, you know. Like I actually got this for like a penny in Amazon. What else about this album? Yeah, this is a good album, you know. I could talk for days and days and days about this album. This is another good Prince album. And you know, a lot of diehard fans said this is like his last good album. I kind of feel like you should give like the rest of his discography a chance, though. You know. What else about this? Yeah, definitely must have in your collection if you can find it. And that's all the time I have for this video. Please stay tuned for more. Peace.